What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm joined by Jesse here today and we're getting ready for the Logan City Open. Let's get to it. As you can tell, the audio wasn't working for the start of the video, but it will come good soon. Hold up by one here, it is a 116 meter par 3 on the Pro Tees. And basically you can throw something down the middle. The hot basket is pretty straight, but you got to turn something to the right and then have it fade back to the left to avoid that clump of trees down the middle. But you could also throw on the right side of that tree in the middle of the fairway and go high over the top of the trees, but the path to the right is out of bounds, or the bollards I think are out of bounds, so you've got to make sure it swings back to the left. I'm going force down the middle on a flex line. Just snuck by that tree. You've got to really push it past that one. I managed to do that just, it'll leave me with a long putt. Jesse going with the nuke. He's going to go show us the right side play. Okay, I'm going to go with nuke again and actually show us how this line is thrown. That's more like it. High over the top. He's got a lot of power. And that's going to fade back nicely towards the basket. Really nice shot. If you've got the power to do that, it's a great shot. But the risk of going down the middle, I guess, is this left side. If you go left there, you're scrambling for bogey. It's going to be really tough, especially if you're going there deep to get out. You might even lose your disc. So you don't want to go there. The right side though, if you hit the trees, it will often knock you back out of bounds. So there's risk and there's reward to both plays. But this is where my force ended up. Circle 2 look. If I can get it there, that'll be a pretty simple par and a long look at birdie. Hole number 2 here, it is a par 467 or something meters. The first shot, you basically want to throw a dead straight shot. There's a mando tree on the right side, kind of the last clump of trees on the right you can see. So you got to throw it left of that, and then basically it's a 90-degree turn to the right for your second shot. So if you can get it straight with a forehand or even just a straight backhand, then you'll set yourself up well. You just can't go left bollards and road left are OB, and then dog park right is OB. Jesse's going to show us the mid-range backhand play with the hex. Just a bit, bit early, and if you do that out of bounds, showing me there's a bit of a slip on the tee pad there. Going to actually throw the hex again, try and nail this one. Better throw. Little low, it's going to be in that clump of trees, which isn't impossible, but you're going to want to be a bit more left and long of that to be in the ideal spot for your second shot. Nukes, baby. I'm going with the forehand. That'll be my preferred play, most likely on this hole. But I just got to push it straight and not go too far left, and that is smoked, and that is perfect. That's going to land, right in the middle of the fairway, set up nicely for the second shot. See if we can repeat that effort with another nuke. Oh, see, if you throw something too flippy or if you get over on it, you could go OB. Luckily, I got stopped there by a tree. Where Jesse's second disc landed, this is a bit tough because you're kind of pinched off by these trees, and then the basket is behind that big tree out in the middle of the fairway. So a bit tougher to manufacture something from this angle. I mean, this is pretty ideal positioning here. I've got options left and right. I think the airspace we're saying is out to the right, so I'm just going to throw like cap wrap, spiky hyzer, try and get it out and like just get it long enough past the tree. Oh no, I'm weak. That barely made the tree. Same again, Jesse. One more, something that's a bit less flippy, a bit less stable. That's like scent, but it should be a birdie, but not from me.
The shot coming over here, I think if you throw something flat and then just let the overstability work for you, rather than putting an overstable disc on hyzer, because you're just risking that tree a little bit more. So,
yeah, from here, we're looking pretty like at a pretty simple par. Maybe a run at birdie. I think I remember someone a couple of years ago making a good putt, but like a pretty chill forehand, and it parked it. That wasn't really the play, but I guess it could be the play now. So that was pretty close. And the Onyx, as expected, is Probably circles, edge, deep. Hole 3. This is probably one of the tougher and probably more awesome holes on the course. Par 5, 220 meters. You're basically throwing a bit of a low ceiling gap to contend with initially. Then you've got 2 mandos kind of down the fairway that you've got to go to the right of. And essentially off the tee, big shot, big distance is going to help you here to make the next couple of shots as easy as possible. You just don't want to drift too far to the right and end up in the bushes, because then that's going to be tough to scramble from. So something that goes straight, maybe gets a little bit of turn, a little bit of fade, and lots of distance is ideal off the tee. Go on nuke, really the only thing to contend with on the first shot, as long as you get out through these initial trees, then you're looking pretty good. So try and get something flat, let it turn a little bit. Turn a little bit, I guess. Wow. Ideally, you'd be a bit more, I think, right than that. Okay, little low.
Maybe go like a PD, just to try and commit to the line a little bit more.
I love that. Nice.
As long as it's past the tree.
Yeah. What we've been talking about is basically you just want to get out on your first shot, like get out into the open. I threw some onyxes here that were a little bit shorter, but they're in the clear, and that's fine. Our first drive is pushed a little bit further forward, which is great. But really, as long as you're getting out into the open, the second shot, you're just kind of placing it to a spot where you can then attack like a pretty simple chip shot. We may go over the top on the second one, but it's a bit of a chuck. I think it's more just placing on a second shot, chip third, easy bird. I like that saying, chip third, easy bird.
Yeah, so my drive came underneath this tree, so I'm looking at either the back end and just get it to crash into that gap, or like a forced over flex line back into that gap as well. I might just throw the hyzer, just keep it simple.
Yeah, I think so. Like just get down there, skip into that little section. Spiky. Yep, perfect. Landed in a good spot here. Ideally, I'd be like a little bit left to open up a more straight basic hyzer, or a little bit right to open up another sort of hyzer. But we're behind this tree. I got good distance though, which is great. So I think here I could just do a little chip. Like I might just try a chip forehand, get into a spot where I can then chip to the basket, and then second we'll try a bit more of a like flexing backhand that will finish a bit further and give me like a really, maybe even an eagle look, we'll see. But we'll go forehand first, just like simple. Like that's pretty good. Yeah, that should be pretty routine, I think. Now we'll try flex backhand, captain's raptor, maybe even standstill. Oh, what a kick. What a kick. Nice, tree. I think what a lot of people are going to try and do, if they finish right off the tee more so, is to throw a backhand that then kind of fades into this section here, like maybe pushes the backside of the trees and then gets into this gap. I think that's kind of like the ideal shot. But really, you can kind of go anywhere and then manufacture some sort of a shot to end up in approximately this little collection area down here. That's a pretty simple little chip up to the basket.
So my disc landed here, kind of crashed through this gap up here, giving me a pretty routine forehand approach around this basket. If you want to push your luck a little bit more and try and skip over there, it gives you a 15 meter, 20 meter putt for an eagle, which is pretty nice. So, but you are risking a bogey over in that bushes.
Will we see any on the day?
Oh, maybe. Paul Phillips has got a pretty good forehand as well, so we'll see. Getting freaky. That's why I don't throw forehand. Give me a sec. Let me one more shot of that. Get freaky. Oh no! Backhand just for my own proof of worth. Yeah, you're 7 minutes putt.
Forehand landed here. Fine shot, but now that we're looking at it, you kind of actually want to be a little bit more left, like even just we're like 4 meters from where your disc landed. That opens up the gap a lot more. So we'll try. I mean, you should be able to get around the corner. If I get around the corner and skip somewhat, which might be tough, but then I'll have a putt for the birdie. So I'm gonna go cap wrap, even though it's only short. Just try and get that skip around the corner. No skip. Drives. I thought they were like turfed, but the basket's actually like really close to the corner, closer than what we thought. So these are both like circle one downhill looks for birdie. Okay, so after some pretty tougher par 4, par 5, we got onto a par 3, 90 meters. Dead straight off the tee, just got a clump of trees to worry about ahead, and then you've got OB, bollards, and fence on the right. You'll see some forehands trying to go just like power forehand to the left, swing it back into the right up the hill, or you'll see some kind of flexing backhands, I reckon, or straight backhands to attack it as well. The other thing to be cautious of is the hillside when you're approaching or putting potentially, but not too much to worry about on this hole, which is a nice reprieve.
No turn. Yeah, it's just a mid, I guess.
For me, you guys know it, nuke forehand, pretty stock. The miss for me is like not committing to it and hyzering out to the right, but I shouldn't do it bad enough that it goes OB. So I think if I can just punch it straight, it should be fine. So we'll give that a go. This downhill run up is definitely interesting, hey? Oh, I flexed it too much. Maybe? That's sent. That's really long as well. Good shot. Hit the gap, but too much flex. We'll go a little bit more stable nuke on hyzer. That's better. Fade. I sent it again. I mean, not bad shots. I just don't need to throw that hard. Let's try one more throw with like a... I think maybe get a Onyx there. That's a shot. Ooh, nice. So Onyx parked. Let's go. That's probably the play a bit slower because the nukes, as you can see out there, a bit long, which is not bad. And then force was again pin high in line, just a little bit left. So I think for me, something more stable, potentially that I can pump flat and just let it fade up this hill.
All right, we got a hole 5. Yep, 86 meter par 3 island hole. So there's a few options here. It being downhill here, you've got a putter in play or a mid, kind of just let it drift in. Forehand's pretty much out of play with those trees. The basket is in just a bit past the first row of trees, so forehand's not really in play. You got a spike hyzer or a straight mid, fades a little bit, but yeah, just kind of want to get it close, keep it in the islands. Try a few shots, try the zone over the top, see if I can get the distance. H short. Yep. So yeah, we'll try a mid, just punch it out, a little less power. Yeah. Right distance, but yeah, a bit left. So
I'll try and pump the Kratos putter like hyzer right side and hope it doesn't fade too much and just has the distance. So let's give it a go. I didn't really go right side hyzer, but I went straight at it. Okay, I'll go over the top as well. Why not? Athena. Okay, yep. All right. We got Jesse's caddy today. Over the top we go. Oh, not over the top, but actually, that's great. Ching! Oh! Thanks, caddy. That was perfect.
I think with this shot, if there's any headwinds, you just don't really want to risk the putter. Just it's going to drift a little bit too much unless you've got a very overstable putter. I think you're throwing like a mid if there's any headwind, but how we're playing at the moment, there's pretty slight tailwind, so putter's a great shot here.
Hole 6, par 3, 85 meters. So essentially the same distance as the last hole, but this time it's more flat, slight uphill at the end. So honestly, kind of very similar shots. You've got Dog Park OB on the right, and then the basket is a little left off the tee and up on a slope. And usually it's like elevated on the slope, so it makes the putts and approaches a little scary because it could hit and roll away. And then you've got bushes on the left, which you don't want to go into because that is danger and hard to find. Long, also bushes, a little bit more manageable long, but you probably don't want to go in there as well. You don't have much of a putt. You could just throw like a mid, flat, let it fade. but we're thinking maybe even go up to a fairway because there's a hill that could slow you down. So just a punching fairway that's going to maybe fade in front of the gum tree, skip up the hill. That should be a pretty ideal shot. So I'm going to go with the Athena. Oh no, or the left. Dang it. that's not good.
I'm gonna try a passion, just trying to punch it low into that hillside. So yeah. Hopefully that's a dog, not a dog toy. FD1.
That's a shot right there. Oh yeah, backside of the tree, parked. Nice, good shot. I think that's like a really ideal spot to land, like coming in just like smacking into the hillside here, and then basket, as you can see, it's kind of just gonna be up, just like there, basically middle of the screen. So something that lands at the foot of this thing, or maybe skips up further, is gonna be great.
All right, so we've got a 96-meter par 3, OB, left side of the bollards. Pretty routine shot, except for got a low ceiling at the start. So the drops off quite a bit at the end as well to the left. So anything that's caught on hyzer is just going to filter out through the OB. So you kind of want to get something out. Mid's a bit out of question because of the low ceiling. So you probably want to throw like a fairway, get it to drift a little bit, come back, or if it turns over, easy par as well. So. A little short, but yeah, safe. So
passion as well. Just like commit to the lowness. That's a word. And then just have it turn. Oh boy. Oh, that's fine actually. Sit. A little bit more scary than yours. We got Onyx on forehand. Hyzer. Headwind actually, now that I feel it. Come back. Yes. Oh, that's fine. So this is tricky because yeah, the downhill and the hillside is pulling everything to the left. And so if you are too left, or you throw too much hyzer or too nose up, that's just going to carry OB, and then it's like a kind of a tricky approach still because you're got a sloped green. So yeah, Jesse's first shot was really good, like just turning. For me, I threw some good forehands off camera, which will show where they ended up. And it was like full hyzer, just skipping, and it's short, but like I've got some putts and it's an easy putt. It's never gonna have a chance of going out of bounds. So I might just do that, I think, just like a power hyzer forehand that just skips. If it goes right, sweet. Got an actual basket to putt at now. Uh-oh. Okay, that's par. This is a pretty great, this is where a forehand went actually. So it got a little skip, top of the hill, downhill look at basket. Should be a good chance. Oh, if I can get it up though. Woo! That was terrible.
All right, this is hole 8 of the tournament. This hole number 9, pretty stock standard ACP. So we've got a gap through here. We're getting a little bit more into the wooded holes. So you want to get something, overstable disc, and skip out to the left. The basket's 20, 30 to the left. So the hole's 75 meters, so should be pretty routine, overstable, skip, backhand. So I'm going overstable 5-speed, the Pyro. And that's pulled a little bit, but yeah. Oh yeah, OB, path, and bollards.
The cap app, so I'm not a big boy, but I just want to get like punch through this gap and then get a nice skip, because I think like the ground can help you here get a nice skip. Yep, skip. Yeah. Hovercraft, that should be parked. Woo! Captain's Raptor was the play here, and if you think the basket is tiny, yes, it is. These baskets are all sinking, so interesting. Hold on, got it. Yeah, it's short. Let's try and make birdie with the camera. Dang it! How did I manage to go low with the basket? It's actually so low, like it's crazy. Final hole of the front 9 here. Standard hole 1 here at ACP. 80-meter par 3. Pretty straightforward. You've got forehand left side of the tree, which I think is probably the biggest gap at the moment. The only thing is this grass is typically not very skippy. So if you're looking for a skip or something, you're not going to get it. So you kind of have to really push the height and then fade in close to the basket to get close. There is a backhand route down the middle, which is a little bit more obstructed now because of the sort of like the branches that are going over the basket. But I have seen some kind of punch through that or like hit that, and you still got a decent putt. So I'm gonna go force, distance driver, forehand, just like I said, to try and get that distance, just like throw it hard on hyzer through that gap. You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody. That branch is now gone. See ya. Yeah. See, just like that. Like push through the tree and hope for the best.
So there was two main shots. First one was the pushing hyzer with the mid through, kind of crashed through this tree. Still landed 4 meters. Should be a pretty routine birdie. The other one that I threw was a flip up putter, which landed about here, which is still gives you a chance of birdie. So yeah, can work with the backhand. Still forehand, you can see from Josh's 2 discs, ideal.
And that's the thing, you kind of have to just throw it like low on hyzer with a fast disc to get through that gap there, and then just let it like just push. Once you get in here, you get a little skip into the basket.
Hole 10, 170 meter par 3. You can see the stick all the way down there. You've kind of got 2 routes off the tee. You've got like a forced over line with the backhand, but you got to beat the 2 trees down there, or you got a forehand. I don't think you can get a forehand there unless you got a big forehand because you got a low ceiling to contend with. But the ground doesn't look too skippy either, so wherever you land is probably going to be where you stay. That basket is on the edge of the green, so yeah. Long. Yeah, that's a bit long.
Slow down.
Throwing in venom, a bit more of a stable. Yeah.
That's often the case.
Hard to get it over.
Yeah. So I think with that like force over line, I don't know if you want to actually go right of like, it's tough. If you go too far right around those trees like you did, it was a great shot. But then to work back left, I think is really tough. So you almost want to get it high enough so that then like stalls backwards. That's a really technical shot. I'm gonna get that with a forehand. Oh, forehand nukes, baby. Let's go. All right, low forehand. That's the theme of this course. No, yes. Miss. Not quite there, but that was a solid shot. That's the height. Come on. Probably edge of circle. I'm happy with that. Circle 3, but open. So again, safe shot. I could have probably lefty chip from here. Oh no. Yeah, par. Jesse's first shot went in there. You can maybe see him through there, trying to get out. Oh, it went in. We'll say it went in. It zipped past the stick. So, do you want to be in there, Jesse? Maybe. Okay. I would have thought not, but hey, not bad. All right, hole number 11. It is a par 4, 168 meters. This is the tee area, so I'm hoping that it gets cleaned up before the day because this is not ideal. But basically, you've got a couple of options off the tee. You can go forehand left side, you can go backhand right gap. There's just a double mando, pretty like far apart, but it's just basically to protect some other fairways on either side. So you got double mandos, you just got to go through those, and then the hole after you get through those kind of shapes sort of to the left a little bit after that. So something that gets to the mandos or a little bit through them, great. And then you got to work something up from there. We'll find out once we get there.
All right, I'm just going to throw overstable 7 speed, try to punch it, get a little left at the end. Keep it low, keep it out of the vines, and get through the gap.
Wow.
Should be, hopefully, in the right spot.
From there, yeah. I'm going to try forehand line, nuke. So maybe come this way, Jesse. Just try and hyzer something. And then it just pushes far enough that it doesn't go past the mando on the right. Push. That's so short. We'll try another one. Like that. Beat it. Oh, just made the Mando, but that is not ideal. You want to be going further than that. Athena, gee, it's pretty tough, isn't it? That's nice. That's nice. Right near you. Solid shot.
All right, so looking here, we've got the Mando behind and there, so it's kind of a bit of a slanted Mando. You can see back through there where we've come from. So a couple of backhands landed just here, just to the right of the left Mando, and then there was a couple forehands from Josh that landed out there. This forehands kind of opens up the gap a little bit. We're playing 50, 60 meters that way. The backhands are a bit cut off from this slanted tree. So forehands if you want to get the birdie, but you're risking a little bit more off the tee, possibly coming up short or missing that Mando. Backhands, you could manufacture a skip through. The ground's pretty skippy up there. It's a bit dry. Birdie will be difficult, but not impossible.
I won't play it because there's some people getting some dog photos, which is very cute. But from here, for me, I'd probably go like a flexi forehand that kind of goes inside that tree, and then that probably is the way to go. I think that's a decent shot. It's not that actually that far. It's just there's a lot of these trees to navigate, so that's pretty tricky.
Hole 12, normal hole 2 of ACP. Got pretty much, it's got to be a straight backhand, really. Maybe a little drift, fade in. Probably looking at like a fairway or a mid if you've got the distance. You can't really go too far long unless it's because it'd be 110 to the bollards, but they are in play if you're throwing a distance driver. So yeah, cool. I'm gonna go hex here, try and get a little drift. Yeah, still putting. You'd rather be a little bit right, but yeah.
There's always a passion. It's only 88 meters, so it seems like a lot of disc, but I'll just try and match the angle. Oh, not quite committed, but that's going to get through. Oh! That almost kicked into the basket. Birdie! My passion's here, OB bollards here. So it probably is more of a like 5-speed shot.
Pushed hard, like full thrown 5-speed rather than an underpowered 7-speed, because you got very skippy ground underneath the basket. So
yeah.
Hole 13, normal hole 3 of ACP. Got a pretty tight gap to get out of. Yeah, ace runs. If you're going to get an ace, probably be on this hole. So just go putter, hopefully just straight up the gut. Just a little left. Right distance, but yeah, putting. So
honestly, might go forehand on the day. I'll have to try that as well, but let's try an ace run with a Ezra's Glow Roach. Yeah, that was a good throw. Zone forehand. Yeah, that's the shot. Flip up zone, baby. Flip up zone all day, all day. Oh, so close. That's the birdie. Nice. And then, yeah, flip up forehand for the win, baby. Parked. Woo! All right, folks, hole 14. It is playing off a regular tee pad. Par 3, 85 meters. Fairway goes through here. Then basket is out. You can see it right there through the gap. Look at that. Beautiful. So off common play is a forehand, just like hyzer with this gap, let it fade. You might see some turnover backhands too. Definitely shapes up, I think, for the forehand a little bit better. Onyx, forehand. That's inside, but actually, oh no, it's under the basket. Yo! There's my disc. Unfortunately, this is our CTP hole, so hopefully I can throw something like this in the tournament. Easy bird. Oh, dang. Hole 15, I think. We've got a couple of tough holes in a row here to finish off the round. So this is a par 4, 150 meters. Your first shot, you basically ideally want to go left side of that clump of trees with a big forehand, preferably. And then that will kind of fade to the right into the opening for this just tunnel shot, which is the second half of the shot. And that's just like a dead straight shot. and pretty tight on both sides. So again, it's tricky because there's like a low ceiling, low tree, and then thick grass for not much skip. But ideally, that's going to be a play. Forehand into the landing zone, maybe a turn of a backhand, maybe a roller. We'll see. And then just second shot after that. Oh, that's going to be too straight. Yeah, I think I want to push the ceiling, that forehand. Let's give it a go. Nuke, baby. Oh, perfectly pushed. Oh, sit. I could have got a little skippy, but other than that, I don't think I could have thrown it like much better than that. All right, folks, this hole is really challenging us. My shot, which I thought was perfect, just came around and skipped. Yeah, skipped. Like what? Nothing ever skips. And it's somewhere on the right side. Don't know. So I think the lesson is play it more left than I think. Maybe I'll throw something slower that doesn't get as much skip, because now, yeah, that just is gone for the moment. Hopefully it gets found. So if you are out here, help me find my nuke. So then we're playing up through this really tight tunnel down to that hillside. So this is a tricky hole. Hole 16, a 200 something plus meter par 5. So got a par 4, tough par 4, and then a par 5 towards the end of the round, and then another par 4 coming as well. So the first shot, you just want to throw basically to the top of the hill you can see there. That's going to be the ideal shot with maybe a backhand mid-range. Anything you really to get there, you can get a bit more aggressive and throw a forehand, because the hole then turns to the right and basically follows a tunnel all the way down to the basket and opens up a bit more around the basket. So you can throw a forehand off the tee to try and skip around the corner, but then you might pinch yourself off, and if you go early, then that's dangerous as well. And I think there's an early Mando left as well. So tricky shot here. Jesse's going to throw the putter he's been throwing all day, and that is exactly how you draw it up. You probably couldn't throw a tee shot much better than that. Maybe a little further potentially, but that was brilliant. Me on the other hand, I absolutely pulled it, and it kicked right, and that is absolute jail. You do not want to be there, because that is very hard to scramble and save a bogey. You're going to try the forehand though, just ambitious. Send it, the nuke, around the corner. Looked a little inside, so we'll see where that one ends up.
Yeah, I think this hole, I think some people can try to chew off a little bit too much. Like throw a mid or whatever you can do to get to the top, and then just keep it putter straight down the gap. You'll see it in a second, but as soon as you come off that fairway, it's gross. So just throw something slow and consistent. Yeah, this is where my putter landed. We've got Josh's relay. I'm not sure if that was caught on a camera. Just an understable fairway, getting drifted the whole way, and then his forehand got a bit sneaky all the way up, which is definitely a possible eagle from there. But you are risking a lot on coming in short. So I'll mind my own words and throw another putter again. Keep it clean.
So nice. Oh my word.
Yep, beautiful. In the fairway.
Let's go for the eagle. I'm going to go onyx, try and force it over, not hit these early things. Oh, stay up. Oh, I'll probably cut roll. That was fine though. Putter again. Finish the job. Okay, got a putt, yeah. I mean, but yeah, you get out to here in two, you're absolutely laughing. Are you laughing? I've got to go a little toss under here, I think. As a Robinson? Oh, close to finish the job. Putter only. Putter only, buddy. Oh, unlucky.
Hole 17, 2 to go. So we've got a 180 meter shot. It's a nice starting location, except for it's not really giving you many shots to perform. You've kind of got a low ceiling, like a lot that we've seen throughout this course. Low ceiling off the tee. Probably want to get a hyzer flip to flat, or just punch something flat. You got a path on the left. You don't want to skip too far down. It is downhill when it gets further out, but really you want to chew off what you can, get out cleanly. So throwing a nuke. Nukes, baby, always. Oh, get off the tree.
Oh yeah.
Got a bit lucky. I know there's a Mando somewhere down there. We'll have to show where that Mando is a bit later, so we'll see where that plays in.
Also going nukes, baby. Jesse threw a really good one off camera. Highs up, really pushed through that gap, so I'm going to try and do the same. Oh, that's like the first one. That's like exactly like your first one. Still film, because I'm now trying to get like your second one. Okay, folks, so some interesting developments here. My first nuke there, a little bit short. So we're throwing down, you can see where Jesse is down there. That's the gap. He's heading towards the basket, putting it out. So I threw a passion forehand, which was here, which is pretty sick. His nuke, which hit a tree, is there. And honestly, that's like quite straight off the tee. The tee's back in that area there. Going straighter off the tee sets you up so that you're in line with this little tunnel that we've got to throw down. So he threw one, some out here, which are in really good spots. He threw one that was absolutely crushed that I mentioned, not on camera, but there it is. That'll be interesting to see what the line is there, because it's a little bit more pinched behind the bushes, but obviously like a lot further closer to the basket. So whether he can manufacture something to go up and over or down the corner, we'll see.
Shock horror, throwing the Cosmic Fury. Gonna try and get a little drift to the basket.
So good. Oh, that's such a one. Let's go. That looks so easy.
It is if you buy a Cosmic Fury.
From where?
Disc Golf Warehouse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what code do you use?
Jomo 5.
Let's go.
There we go.
Okay, trickier spot here. I can't see the basket, but I'm just going to try and throw like a hyzer down the right side and just let it hopefully fade left off that back wall of trees. Not. Oh, maybe. That could be all right, actually. Kratos. Oh, there's the Kratos. And there's the basket. There's Jesse with the good advice. Oh, Jesse's shot is right near there. Kratos is good. I think if I can punch that harder, like Jesse was saying, if I can punch it harder, it'll flip up a little bit more and go there and tap in birdie. Yep, we'll count it. Hole 18, folks. We have made it. Par 3, 95 meters. OB way right, bollards. And then there's also OB path left, which cuts in kind of near that white tree in the front. So basically the standard play is going to be throw a backhand that kind of gets that back wall of trees on the right, just crests the hill, fades left, and maybe gets a little bit of a skip into the basket. So hopefully we'll finish on a good note.
Oh.
Raptorius. Inside, but sat. It might putt still, yeah. I'm gonna throw Onyx. Try and get similar idea, but a little bit further right. Get down. Oh, I think I caught it the last tree. I've got to like push it a little bit harder. We'll try one more. Maybe we'll just try one that might like flip up a little bit more, I think. Force could be a play because of the uphill, but we'll just try and smash this Onyx. I like that, if it gets under it. I really like that. Let's go. This tree here, you definitely want to push to the right side of it behind and then fade in towards the basket. Coming in early is doable, but you're going to skip a bit to the left and also bring that path in maybe. So as you can see, we got a couple in here. Jesse for the bird. Oh, if it was a regular height basket, it might have worked. Not bad. So we've got we went distance driver. They snuck in just on the right side here. Sucker one easy for the putt, and then the Onyx, baby. CTP. That was beautiful. CTP, hole 18, pitch with the birdie, left-handed. Yo! This basket is so low. Well, folks, that will do it. Hopefully that wasn't too long for you guys, but hopefully you enjoyed and appreciated Jesse's insight as much as I did and his caddy advice. If only he was on the bag for me on the weekend, but hope it was helpful. Make sure you leave your comments down below what you thought, maybe what you think the hot score is going to be for the MPO, MA1, MA2 guys over the weekend. But hope you've had a wonderful day. Make sure you make it great for somebody else as well, and we will
I know.
catch you in the next one.